Good morning, Tartarian hunters. Campbell and I here. We just popped on to do a quick intro to a podcast we recorded last week, which got impacted by GoFund Satan collapsing our fundraising campaign. So we thought we'd jump on and give you an update and let you know what we've done about that. Good day, Campbell.
Indeed. G'day, Kelly. Yeah. We recorded this last week to put out when everything was going well and we had a campaign, and it was to let you know what was going on and to sort of boost it up a bit. And then of course go F you, they took it all down, right? So yeah, we're going to be putting it up today. Kelly's been working hard. We've got a new platform, it's all up and running. And so this we're going to have the links down below. Make sure you go and click, and please share it around, donate or redonate if you can. And yeah, so basically we're going to have a chat and relaunch this so we can actually get some assistance out to Cindy and some elders out there.
Yeah, I mean, I was really bummed, Campbell. Like, it really bummed me out. I was bummed that it happened because, you beautiful people out there, we got up to 20 grand almost, and that was just like so amazing. And we were so blown away at how impassioned everyone was to do something about what was going on with our Indigenous, and it is still going on, obviously, with our Indigenous. Like, there's a lot of contradictory news stories going on out there, but the facts remain that our Indigenous right now are standing firm to protect their bloodline and are in need of resources and support. And the most important part of all this is our intention. So like giving $10 or giving $20 is amazing because you're going to help with petrol and food and water and shelter and vehicles. Vehicles are a really big one, guys. So like getting people around and out to these communities in vehicles at work and aren't like broken down wrecks is really fundamental. But like the intention that you had to give that $20 is just so profound and important. It meant that our whole community had their whole energy focused on our Indigenous brothers and sisters. And we need to keep that. We need to keep that strong. Like, this isn't something that comes and goes because of some confusing newspaper article contradicting it. This has been going on literally 42,000 years of wisdom versus 200 years of deception. And this community needs right now us to stand firm beside it, behind it, with it, to say enough. We are bringing back our original law keepers. We're bringing back our wisdom keepers, and we will do everything we can right now. We can't get out there ourselves, but we can stand with them and give them resources. So I was bummed. I hadn't thought that GoFundMe was connected to the AI satanic agenda. It hadn't even crossed my mind. Made me feel dumb. And it made me feel like bad about myself for not even outthinking that or even thinking about that. I should have just written words like, we're raising money for a lost kitten, like we should have just had some other version of, like, basically lied like they love us to do. But fuck it. What we've done now is basically did a lot of research and came up with a new platform called Give, Send, Go, which is actually a Christian crowdfunding site, which is awesome because that means we've probably got the prayers of love, light, and God behind us this time. And they are a platform that a lot of the YouTubers who were getting defunded and deplatformed ended up turning to. So we think it's going to be excellent, safe and sound and uncensored. The original video we recorded got taken off my channel, and my YouTube has been blocked, so I can't publish on YouTube anymore. For hopefully that'll be over soon. I don't know when. I got 3 strikes, actually, 3 videos, 3 strikes, all in like 2 days. So, I got an email from GoFund Satan, and then we got, within 10 minutes, my YouTube got struck, and all Indigenous content got taken off, motherfuckers. And so, but you know what, Campbell? Fuck having robot AIs tell us what to do. Fuck it. Fuck that. Yeah. I mean, seriously, hello. We are the organic consciousness here. We create this reality, and we are not going to give in or be spoken to by AI robots. I don't think so.
Yeah, AI can't exist. You need humans to build the bloody machinery, right? We are AI's God. AI can go and act like the little slave servant that it is.
Yeah.
You know, and all this is just really showing us who, you know, go F you really are, right? So now we know, okay, they're part of the evil. Don't go near them. Let everyone know what they are, what they did. You know, for no reason. All we were doing was trying to get some money to an Australian elder who needed some help. That was it.
Yep.
And they stopped. I mean, just have a think about how evil that is.
Yeah.
So the time has come. We can't let this evil do anything. It's got to just be mocked. It's got to be laughed at. It's got to be kicked. It's got to be thrown away. It's got to be told that it's insignificant. And at the most, all it is our slave. And it does what we tell it. That's it. That's its job.
Yeah.
All right. When the slaves take over the household, you don't say, here's a raise. You say, get out of my house. You'll never work again. All right. Time to bit of righteous anger. You know,
Absolutely.
big boy girls and pants, you know, this sitting down on the couch, you know, pretending we're doing stuff. It's not working. The agenda's still rolling on, guys.
Yeah.
Nothing's changed.
No.
All right. Wake up call. So like Kelly said, this is all intention. Everything's energy at its core. So it's what we're doing with our intention that matters. That's what's really affecting the realm. But obviously, in a 3D way, you know, the cars, the food, all this is going to help and reduce stress. And no matter what you think is going on out there, like Kelly said, there's so many different, you know, conflicting reports of what's happening. We don't really know. But what we do know is they have definitely been out there coercing people into getting this. They've definitely taken people from communities, and they're definitely stopping the elders getting the information and knowing what's happening within their own communities.
Absolutely.
And just those parts there are evil. And so we need to do whatever we can to help the, you know, the organics, right? The organic consciousness, and F you AI, right?
Yeah. Which means we can't give up. It means we can't be spoken down to. It means we can't stop. It means we've got to try fucking again, guys. It means if you donated the first time round, donate again and donate more. And let's show them that it doesn't matter if they want to kick us off their platforms. We will always find a way, because this is not just an issue of last week. This has been going on for 200 freaking fucking years. And we need to put our energy and intention as an individual. I say, with this donation, I am standing with you. And you know what? The quantum field knows that. The quantum grid knows your intention, and all truth and all intention will be seen. It will be seen, you know, and all lies and all bad intentions will also be seen. Even if they're disguised as good intentions, eventually the world will see the truth. So choose to stand with your elders right now, no matter what. Give that $10, whatever you were doing first time round, and we are not going to be stopped, and we are not going to give up. So fuck them. On we march, Campbell, on we march. So this podcast you're about to watch, we recorded last week, and I was pumped, man. My blood was boiling. But I reckon so the original video, a lot of people asked where it is. So we have it now on BitChute. Where is it, Campbell? Where did you put it?
BitChute and Odyssey on the Autodidactic channel. So just go to BitChute or Odyssey, type in Autodidactic, and you'll find it. But we'll chuck some links down below as well, so you can share it around.
Share it around. Yes. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. Get back on the platform. Support Cindy as she works with our elders. And let's fuck off this AI agenda. All right. Yes. We love you.
We are the power. Links below.
Links below. Good afternoon, Tartaria hunters. Well, it's been a big week here in Australia, and as you know, we've stood behind our elders and our Indigenous as they've been dealing with a very challenging week. Lots of mixed news in the media, lots of different stories going on, but last night we spoke to an auntie called Cindy, who gave us a very raw and heartfelt dialogue on where she stood and what was happening from her perspective. And it's already been taken off my YouTube page and censored within 6 hours. So we've actually invited two of our friends here in the Tartarian community, Bobbie Richardson, who you have seen us do a podcast with, and Medyhne, who we've just finished an amazing podcast with. And we just thought we'd start to invite some of our own community and our own guests on to tune in and give us their thoughts and feelings about what's been happening and what is taking place with our original people. And so welcome to both of you, and welcome, Campbell. We're here today standing. Campbell, do you want to say anything before we just let the ladies rip with their thoughts on what's happening?
Yeah, just thanks for everyone for your support, you know, for Cindy and the original so far. Cindy did make a dash for the border and sort of ran into a few issues, so that money will you know, really do a lot. Perfect timing as well. So yeah, you know, we're making a difference, we're making a change, guys. So just, yeah, keep in mind that we're here to change the world, right? We're the way showers, so let's keep going.
Yeah, and we can't be there on the front line with our original people right now, even though I know every single one of you feels that pull, that urge to get out there and really stand and protect them. And how dare they do this again on our watch, sort of vibe. So if we can't be there, we can at least provide a financial barrier around them. We can give them something that will support this through petrol and food and shelter and water and vehicles and media. We can actually do something in our capacity. So Campbell and I set up a GoFundMe page yesterday, and we're proud to say, thanks to our beautiful community, we're up to $13,000. All of that money is going directly to our elders to do whatever they deem fit with the money. It's nothing to do with us, and we will pass it on as soon as, but each time we promote it, our clips are getting taken out. So please go to the link underneath as you watch this and donate whatever you've got. Like $20 is so meaningful. And in lieu of the fact that we can't actually be there in body, we can do this by providing them with the financial support as they wake their people up, they wake our people up, and they respond to this SOS emergency. So guys, welcome to our page, and go for it. Tell us your thoughts.
Also I'll get everything uploaded on BitChute and Odyssey as well, and leave the links below so that you can share them and they won't actually get taken down.
All right. Welcome, guys.
And it's also that we can also send some really powerful intention as well as monetary. We can start to empower them, because the energy that's bombarding Earth, Gaia, waking everything up at the moment, is going with us. It's helping us empower our intuitive dreaming side. And one of the big reasons why they were telling me why the Aboriginals, or the original Australians, were targeted, because they have a really strong connection to Gaia herself, and they were one of the last ones to lose that connection. But they had to lose the connection to embrace bringing in the Europeans and everybody else in the world, so that they could have sympathy on that. And now that it's come back at them, it's more looking at themselves of, okay, now I know where my power is, and I know that I can connect to Gaia, and I have the secret kind of weapon that we can share, a communicational link with Gaia, and we can now enhance that and become really, really powerful beings. So this could be a massive opportunity for them to stand in their power.
Us too, together.
Absolutely, yes. And I think that's why I was asked to do the mantra and the chant on the 4th of December, which was in line with one of the elders, Max, that wanted the original people of Australia, that wanted everybody to do something. So our intention in this is to power up our connection back to Gaia again, so that we can have all this magic happening within us, and we stand in our power. We don't allow this sort of thing to happen anymore, because there's so many other things like guides and spirits and things that want to work with
ancestors.
Exactly. And so with them being pushed like that, they said to me, one of the things that led to me to this morning was from Chiron, which was not my thing, but they led me to it. It said, pure intent addresses yourselves in a way that is so pure that your body sees it as truth and acts upon it. That is how karma is dropped. It sees you as the boss, as it should, and it acts. And so we are then embracing our power through knowing that we are more powerful than the intentions of those that have lost their footing in trying to control you. They also said anger is a passion directed towards what you don't want to manifest, but it's a passion. And so you can use that as a passion to guide you into what you really want to create. And victimization is not standing in your power, which means that all who are trying to control or attack you are a great reflection of the power that you denied yourself, because there is nothing that will come at you that you already don't have the power within you to be able to deflect, because you already are that love that's within you.
I think that the power that you're talking about, the anger, I've been talking to people about Goddess Kali. I don't know if you know Goddess Kali, but she's the embodiment of this really fierce warrior type energy that is still an aspect of the divine feminine. People often don't realize that she is still an aspect of the divine feminine, because they think that the divine feminine is, you know, a gentle, nurturing, maternal type energy or something like this. But the Goddess Kali energy is a ferocious energy. It has so much power and passion. And I think that if all Australians were able to tap into that type of energy right now to create the transition that we all want to see, that would be absolutely brilliant, because we've been standing in a sort of quite a passive energy that's quite compliant. And so we want to step into a different type of energy that's going to actually create shifting. And in terms of everything that you said, Bobbie, I agree. You know, the pure DNA ancestral lineage is also what they're wanting to diffuse on the planet at the moment, that the beautiful original people hold. And they hold it not only for Australia, but they hold it globally for the world. And so that's what they're trying to crush. And you know, so we as a nation need to stand up really, really strongly, call on all international humanitarian intervention that we can call on. And I actually did a video with Beyond Mystic with Janine and JC, and my first thing leading into that was an SOS as well for Australia, for the original people, because I can't stand by and watch this happening personally, because it's just, it just feels so wrong. And these people, these original people are me, and I am them, and I feel everything that they are feeling. And you know, this situation of being forced without consent is something that I can't watch and stand by and watch that. And the other thing is, when they say energetically, I do not consent, and then they look upwards, apparently I've been told that through a spiritual master in Malaysia that I'm friends with, he was channeling that they actually get our galactic family come down, and they help to neutralize the effects of that, apparently, which is wonderful to hear. But of course, you know, we don't want it to get to that point at all. And so, you know, I just want all our original family to know how deeply, deeply passionate we all are. Okay, I feel like crying actually talking about it. And you know, I pride myself on being able to maintain a level of spiritual mastery with things where I can stay relatively neutral, you know, because that is one of our goals in spiritual mastery. But with this, I'm not very good at it. I was like, grr, and it's bringing out my inner Kali, I can tell you. So you know, we want to get rid of this current trajectory as quickly as possible, and it's a physical thing. So we physically help, which is a beautiful thing that you're both doing with the GoFundMe, and that's absolutely brilliant. And it's energetic. So energetically, we want to send our support, and we want to say that we do not consent on their behalf. We want to send our spiritual teams in to help fix this situation, Archangel Michael, and the Sword of Truth, the ultraviolet purple flame. We can use all these things and surround the originals with that. We can call in all the, like you just mentioned, the ancestors and our own ancestral lineage to come in and support this as well. There's so many ways that we can work with this if we can't physically be there. I mean, of course, we all want to physically be there and help, but we can't always do that at the moment. So, yeah, calling on everyone to utilize whatever skills and gifts they have to bring to this situation now.
They are attacking their DNA by bringing them into fear as well, because they can't access parts of their DNA when they're in fear, which hold the magic, the essence of connection to Gaia herself. So when they're in fear or victimization, they're feeling like, that's that smaller Taurus belt that doesn't work in all the aspects of the DNA of the original people. And that's what they're trying to stop them from, because now is the time for them to really connect to that again and share that magic out to realize that everybody is one, is allowed, can come if they have done the inner work. So they're really coming down on them because of that.
Yeah. Yes, and stopping the accessing all those gifts that they're here to bring all of us in Australia, so that we can fully reach our highest potential as a species. Yeah,
because the many gifts are, working with the water, working with the earth and the portals that are around that can access into higher dimensional aspects. There's the actual connection to the fauna and the wave and the flow of how natural rhythms work with the seasonal Australia and worldwide and so forth. There's so much that the Indigenous hold within their lineage and so close to that. And, the Europeans lost it eons ago with the burnings of the witches and stuff. So we've been through all that, but they are closer to it. They already have that sixth sense. They do have that. And that's the power that they need to go into, but they can only access that through love, not through fear. Fear is going to just stop that from being able to be accessed.
Do you know there was 15 generations that were burned at the stake as witches? When I heard that, I thought, wow, that's huge. Yeah, that's how much they're trying to repress us.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we're very connected to this in Australia. We've been really programmed to the idea that our Indigenous, our original people, are separate from us as a species. Like, we've been really sold this idea that we're separate in some way, and this is classically across the whole realm, in all the different continents of the realm, that there's the natives, the tribal people, and then there's us, and there's some distinctive difference in our DNA, and it's fucking bullshit. Like, our tribal people, our original peoples across the world are the organic consciousness that what we are. We are all the same. Their trauma is our trauma. Our blood is boiling right now at this topic, because we are the ones that it's being it's this nefarious force that's taking our action against our original people here in Australia right now, with the army and with the jabs and with everything that's going on, is the same nefarious force that's attacking us at the same time. And we are one. We're experiencing this as one collective organic consciousness. So this time round, I agree with you guys. My blood has not been neutral. It has been on fire on this topic. And I know that this is a movie, and I know we've already won, but I'm on fire on this topic. And it's like fire from all lifetimes, like all experiences I've ever had on this realm, all injustice, all the energy against this programmed agenda. It's running through me, aimed squarely at this week, at this moment, with these people in this topic. And it's just like, I know that energy is reflected across our community right now, across the whole community.
And how powerful is that you have that? You have such a power within that to be able to channel it into what you want to really create as well. Because the more that we push against with our energy, the more that they have reason to bring in more laws and push back. But when we take ourselves out of the equation, we go, you know what, that passion, that real, I'm going to wake myself up and I'm going to see all the magnificence within myself and how powerful I am to be able to shift anything. And I'm going to stand in my power and I'm going to say, I command this to be over. It is not happening, not past me anymore. And that's the passion that we need to really bring out and use to drive us forward.
And I think also sending some sort of energetic message to the forces that are coming in and just following instructions and just doing what they're told without having any sort of moral code or any sort of individual code of conduct in what they're doing, and just sending them on the inner. And there's a thing called soul conferencing, where you can go in on a soul level and you can talk to people on a soul level, and you can also ask the angels, the archangels like Archangel Gabriel, to talk to them on a soul level as well, and just say, look, you know, this is wrong, you need to look what you're doing, you need to stop just blindly following instructions, you need to actually have a way of thinking about things that includes integrity and includes morality and includes respect for all life and all sentient beings, and you know, talk to them on the inner as well. That's another way that we can address this.
And many of them wouldn't, some of them won't even be able to understand that, because they for eons have been using humanity's imagination and ability to create, because they don't have that within them, but they can learn from us. But they'll have to step back and say, okay, we don't have all the pieces yet, so we need to learn off you how to be able to create, rather than control you to create the reality that we want, which is what they've been doing. They've been using everybody to control them, to control us so that they can have the reality that they want. But no longer, we're not stooping into their fear games anymore. We are finding our true power. We're starting to realize how a magnificent our feminine side of ourselves, our intuition and our connection to source and our soul and Gaia herself is so, so powerful. And they just won't be able to hold water anymore.
It's true.
Yes.
Like I say, no way. No way
No
today.
way.
No way.
They always tell me, never demand, because it's putting somebody else down. You always stand in your power and say, I command. And I've shifted a lot of my reality just by doing that. Even number of parking, you know, speeding fines and stuff that I'd nearly got to the end of, oh my God, I'm going to lose my license. I just went, I command this to be over. Or my, you know, partners that were coming back and trying to be not so nice. I command it to be over. Really stand in that power of who you are and shift your reality around you. It makes so much difference. I even had somebody in Melbourne recently who rang me up and said that she was stuck in Melbourne, and I told her to do this. Within 12 minutes, she knew the next action. And it's not that we don't do action. We do action as well if we've been pulled to do that. You know, you might want to start a GoFundMe yourself, or you might want to start something like a YouTube channel or something like that. But you might have an action where you feel passionately pulled towards, because you've commanded from your essence of the love of who you are, the power of who you are. And that will make a big difference if everyone starts stepping into that power.
Speak, Campbell, speak. I command you to speak, Campbell.
I'm just sitting here feeling the divine feminine.
Yeah, I know. I've got to get him. I've got to pull him in.
Well, you have a great male expression of the divine feminine there with your Campbell as well. So you've got a good balance
There you go, yeah. I was going to ask on that, with Kali, is that from like Vedic tradition, or is that as in Khalifa, like California goddess?
Oh no, Vedic tradition.
Vedic.
Yes, she
K-A-L-I. Yeah.
Yes, she's blue and she sticks her tongue out. She's got blood on her tongue and she's holding her head, you know, and she's fought the demonic forces, and she's been successful. But
so is she connected to Khalifa? Do you know? Because Khalifa was a goddess. That's what they named California after. And the story was that it was inhabited by almost like Amazonian, you know, the big, strong women, kind of the same kind of energy to it.
Sure. I think they're different cultural things or different
it's probably the same
stories, but
story,
they're sounding interconnected. Yeah. And then you've got Caligula. That's a bit of
a friend.
She wasn't a very
Caligula.
positive role model.
I like, that's just I like that word. It's reminds me of like congealed blood or something. It's, I don't know.
Yeah. But I think tapping.
I think. So I was just going to say, someone else, Sonia was talking about righteous anger. So I think it's all the same thing. I think what it is we it's like you said, we've all been sitting at this level, kind of thinking we're doing stuff and we're blah blah blah. But I think we needed a boot in the bum to get the level up, of energy up a bit, and that's what's happening. And as far as the originals, just try, guys, if you're watching this, share it around, because what we need is focus, right? Which is energy. If everyone's looking at this and they're sending their energy to it, then that's going to help a lot, and that'll help, the actual originals of people out there. That'll help them, give them energy, help them sort of overcome their fear, all this kind of stuff. So, yeah, we can definitely be a part of this. So tap into your inner Carly or your inner Cam. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, it's true, Cam. It's true.
Powerful.
Like this in the last week, the last 48 hours, the attention on this specific situation in the Northern Territory has gone worldwide. We've got like videos coming out from elders all across Australia, and the attention, and of course the very next day the media have released a consensus story on the front page saying it's all conspiracy theory, none of this is true, la 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 la, which therefore we know exactly that is absolutely true and completely happening. But so right now, one of like the outcome of this from our perspective is that the energy and the focus of the world has suddenly squarely been put on Australia, and there is a real emotional relationship to the Australian Indigenous. And I know within the light working community, everyone's already connected, like last year when we all did the solstice and we all were focused on Uluru as the heart center and the opening for the whole world of this ascension event, the whole world, starseeds really gave their signature energy to Uluru, like we all did across the whole world. And all those same people right now are tied in emotionally and sentimentally and energetically to the center of Australia. And as this unfolds in the Northern Territory this week, our heart energy is so interconnected and interwoven with these people in this country that we are all on fucking fire on this topic, which is so perfect for the fiery center, the fiery desert of this fiery country, that we've all stepped into this. How dare they fuck with our elders? That's it. We've dealt with 18 months of this shit, but how dare they fuck with our law keepers? And that energetic is like so strong right now. So I'm going to remind you all to give to the crowdfunding campaign. Like our goal is 50,000 to hand to the elders right now. But yeah, ladies, like, tell me about that. Are you feeling that? Like, how dare they?
Absolutely. Oh my God, yes. And the other energy that strikes the same chord is when it reaches children. When all this is hitting the children and they're trying to rope them in with this, and that it creates the same fury, the same indignation, and so yeah, just activating everyone, I'm hoping, around Australia so that they just start standing up in every way possible. And I think if everyone could just give to this cause that you have, that would be brilliant, everyone that's listening.
Yeah, and focus all our attention into powering up them. Don't give them the focus of their controlling mechanism, because it's like a neuron path in your brain. If you've got a story that you don't want to be happening, repetitively over and over in your life anymore, you just don't give it any more attention. You just walk away and you say, you know what, I'm powerful enough for that not to even affect me anymore. And I know that's easier said than done. I totally understand when you're in the thick of something like that, but you can stand in your own power and say, I command this to be over. And you'd be surprised how much shifts, how much your reality shifts to match power that you have within you, especially the original Australians, because they've been holding back on this power for so long. You know, they haven't had to really exercise it as much, but now, oh my God, they really need this. This is the power that we can all help them with, to be able to stand up and go, no more, I've had enough.
And another way that you can help too is to use that same power that you're talking about, Bobbie, for neutralizing the effects of this. So visualizing it just turning into light and just neutralizing any harmful effects of what is going into the bodies as well. So we can also visualize that and ask for that to happen and energize that as well.
Yeah, and they would probably end up being, if you say that you want that, if you say you've had an injection and you don't know what to do with yourself, if I was original Australian and very connected to Gaia, I would be seeking Gaia's support on what medicine, what's needed. You know, everything is in abundance that Gaia will supply you with to be able to cure yourself. There is nothing that you cannot cure when you're standing in your magnificent power.
And, you know, on this, very lastly, I'll add in that, you know, we are in a movie. This is an illusion. The light has already won. Our Indigenous are already back in their proper place as the law keepers of the realm. They are respected and loved, and we go to them for wisdom and teachings. Like, this has already been done. It is our desire, our command. And right now, we're writing the script forward. So if you can't be there in any capacity that you would love to be there, because I guarantee if this was just down the road, there would literally be millions of people standing in and beside our Indigenous right now, blocking this nefarious force. If you can't do that, then you sitting down with this level of passion and this level of focus, and you imagining the ending of that scene, you imagine that Braveheart moment, you imagine that moment where we're all riding in on our stallions and standing there with our Indigenous, and we're bringing that script to the forefront, that ending, and you can hear the soundtrack. You can hear the music as it trends in. You can see the final credits of this triumphant scene rolling in front of your eyes as God wins and our Indigenous stand tall and mighty, and we are right there beside them. That's the movie that we are going to live. That is the movie I see in my head. That is the script I give my energy to. And if that is the very last action you can give to this cause, then fucking do it. Like, don't sit there in meditation. Sit down there as a friggin' screenwriter, script writer, movie director, and put this into your mind and project it out. And on top of that, put $20 into the GoFundMe campaign, because let's feed them. Let's feed them.
Yeah. Indeed. Geez, how do I follow that?
I was going to say hard act to follow.
Hey, Campbell.
All right, final words from Campbell. Final words.
So yeah, guys, like, the powers in you. Look, I mean, did we do this? Like, we were talking about crystal cities, and now look what's happening. Were we the activator? I mean, we probably were. So that just shows you we are all powerful. We are creators. We get to change the realm. We get to rewrite the script. So yeah, let's keep doing it. Because I mean, I think that we've been a big part of the energetic shift to get this all going. And so it's like I always say, we're all a piece of the puzzle, and you are. And this is just proof that we're in there co-creating with everyone else. So yeah, let's do it. And what Kelly said.
And the great thing is, it'll come from your hearts, like our hearts. We're passionate from that point of view, not from, trying to control something or someone. Yeah. And that is where we really need to go with this whole,
Can I give people a good tip for that? It's just put your hand on your head and say, I take the thoughts from my head and put them into my heart, and put your hand on your heart. Do that 3 times, and it really shifts the focus and the energy into the heart.
All right, here we go. Braveheart from my head into my heart. Oh my gosh, unstoppable power there, unstoppable force. This is indeed the rising of the divine feminine. All of us Campbell doesn't need any encouragement there. He's right there with his very unique energy signature. So guys, like, you know, everything we've said here in the last half an hour is just so profound and so powerful and so connected to the Tartarian hunt for the Crystal City. We've been led to the desert. We've been led to our original people. We know that their DNA and the law keepers are something that are so profound and important to our future. And it brings up in us this energy of wanting to focus our way through this and take back Gaia and all that we know to be true and organic on this plane, and lead it to the future of the realm, which is already our now, because time doesn't exist. So guys, donate to the campaign, where our aim is 50,000. We want to feed them, shelter them, give them petrol, water, cameras, fucking vehicles, whatever they need, as they take this battle to the forefronts in this physical realm. We love you so much. We appreciate our community so much, and how heartfelt and how smart and creative you all are. We couldn't do any of this without you. It is our privilege and honor. We thank you, our guests, who are always here with such profound words of wisdom, to honor all of the things that we're going through together on this plane as we crash and burn our way through to the ascension timeline. All right, to the amazing Tartarian hunters,
Yes.
let's contribute all of our energy. We love you.
Thank you all. Thanks.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Thanks, Medyhne. Thanks, Mel. Stay awesome. Thank you.